34 Venezuelan patrol boats approach American destroyer. 890 sailors total, both sides about to experience confrontation nobody wanted. But Venezuelan leadership decided necessary, proving sovereignty worth risking against superpower. What was tense monitoring mission just became active naval standoff when someone decided testing American resolve over territorial waters. Challenge issued. Response required. Caribbean about to witness power asymmetry demonstration. Caribbean Sea, 45 miles north of Venezuelan coast. USS Porter destroyer conducts freedom of navigation operation, legal under international law, international waters, standard mission, 320 American sailors aboard, Arleigh Burke class, Aegis system, Tomahawk missiles, SM-2 air defense, 127mm gun, professional crew. Nothing unusual until Venezuelan Navy decides challenging American presence. Everything changes when ideology meets reality. Crisis developed over 48 hours. American intelligence detected Venezuelan naval activity increasing. Coastal patrol boats deploying unusually far offshore. Communications intercepted discussing American destroyer. Satellite imagery confirmed preparations. Patterns suggested confrontation intended. Warnings transmitted diplomatically. Venezuela ignored. Continued deployment. Declared 200-mile exclusive economic zone enforcement. Challenged American navigation rights. Dared intervention. Venezuelan government calculated political benefit outweighs military risk. Domestic audience loves defiance. Anti-American rhetoric plays well. Leadership needs distraction from economic failures. What better than confronting American destroyer? Propaganda value enormous. Military consequences? Probably limited. Americans won't sink Venezuelan boats over freedom of navigation. Probably. Gamble worth taking politically, even if risky militarily. Maduro's calculation? Porter's problem. What's your prediction? Type A for Venezuelan boats retreat. Type B for standoff continues. Type C for shooting starts. At 6:23 a.m., Venezuelan patrol boats close formation. 34 vessels total. Mixture Soviet-era boats, Cuban OSA class, Chinese Type 062, Venezuelan domestic production. Each carries anti-ship missiles, P-15 Termit, range 80 kilometers, plus 30mm guns, 23mm guns, machine guns. They approach Porter aggressively, not attacking, demonstrating presence, showing sovereignty. National pride versus naval prudence. Courage or foolishness? Thin line between. If you want to understand modern naval confrontations, asymmetric powers, hit that subscribe button now. USS Porter tracks all 34 boats simultaneously. Aegis radar perfect picture. Every vessel identified, course plotted, speed calculated, weapons noted, fire control solutions computed continuously. One button press destroys entire Venezuelan flotilla, but rules of engagement specify proportional response. Warning shots first. Escalation controlled. Demonstrate superiority without unnecessary casualties. Professional restraint, not weakness. Confident power doesn't need overwhelming force immediately. At 6:47 a.m., Porter transmits warning. Venezuelan vessels, this is United States Navy destroyer USS Porter. You are approaching warship conducting lawful operations international waters. Maintain safe distance. Do not interfere. Over. Response immediate. American warship, this is Bolivarian Navy of Venezuela. You operate Venezuelan waters illegally. Depart immediately. You are warned. Over. Positions stated. Neither backing down. Range 8 miles. Closing slowly. Venezuelan boats continue approach. 6 miles now. Within missile range both sides. Porter could engage. Venezuelan boats could fire. Mutual vulnerability, mutual restraint so far. But tension maximum. Mistakes possible. One nervous trigger finger starts shooting war. Both sides professional mostly. But accidents happen. Miscalculations occur. Standoff dangerous despite nobody wanting fight. At 7:12 a.m., Porter fires warning shot. 127mm round. Impact 400 meters ahead, lead Venezuelan boat. Water column erupts. Message clear. We can hit you accurately anytime. Venezuelan boats maintain course, no deviation. Second warning shot, 200 meters ahead, still no response. Third warning shot, 100 meters. Venezuelan boats continue, not backing down despite overwhelming firepower disadvantage. National pride, powerful motivator. More powerful than tactical common sense, apparently. Subscribe to see how naval standoffs resolve when ideology meets firepower reality. Venezuelan boats fire warning shots, 30mm cannons. Tracers across Porter bow, 50 meters ahead. Aggressive but not lethal intent. Demonstrating resolve. Americans respond proportionally. Phalanx CIWS fires short burst, 20mm rounds. Tracers pass overhead Venezuelan boats. Could shred boats instantly. Didn't. Restraint maintained both sides, demonstrating capability without committing combat. Dangerous game. Professional militaries playing dangerous game professionally so far. At 7:34 a.m., Venezuelan government makes decision. Cannot win militarily. Everyone knows this, but can't appear weak domestically. Solution. Third-party intervention. Cuba offers mediation. Nicaragua proposes negotiations. Both boats maintain positions. Fighting paused. Talking begins. Crisis management working. Barely. Window narrow before someone's patience expires or mistake occurs. Diplomatic channel opens immediately through Swiss embassy. American demand. Venezuelan boats withdraw. Porter continues lawful navigation. International law respected. Venezuelan demand. Porter leaves. Venezuelan sovereignty respected. American interference ends. No middle ground obvious. Positions incompatible. But shooting stopped. That's progress. Diplomacy needs time. Military standoff provides that time. Neither side wants escalation. Both sides need face-saving exit. Give this video a like if you appreciate realistic naval confrontation analysis. At 8 a.m., compromise proposed. Porter completes current transit, then departs area. Venezuela declares victory defending sovereignty. America declares mission accomplished. Both sides claim success. Neither admits backing down. Face-saving solution. Venezuelan boats escort Porter to international waters mutually agreed. Everyone saves face. Nobody loses completely. Nobody wins completely. Standoff de-escalates. Crisis managed successfully. Venezuelan boats maintain formation escorting Porter. 4 miles distance. Professional spacing, no incidents. Porter maintains course steady, no provocations. Both sides executing agreement. Crisis ending peacefully. Professionalism prevailing over politics. Military discipline preventing political miscalculation from becoming military disaster. Good outcome considering alternative was shooting war nobody wanted but rhetoric almost caused. At 9 a.m., Porter crosses into undisputed international waters. Venezuelan boats turn back. Mission accomplished, both sides narrative. Venezuelan government declares victory. Drove American warship from Venezuelan waters. Defended sovereignty. Anti-American credentials reinforced. Domestic audience pleased. American government declares mission accomplished. Freedom of navigation asserted. International law upheld. Back down nobody. Professional execution. Nobody died. Good day. This is how modern naval standoffs actually resolve between asymmetric powers. Make sure you're subscribed. Strategic implications ripple regionally. Cuba notes Venezuelan boldness challenging America. Emboldens anti-American rhetoric, but also notes American restraint. Didn't sink boats despite capability. Restraint noted, future confrontations calculated differently, knowing Americans prefer de-escalation when possible. Colombia observes Venezuelan naval activity, increases own patrols. Concerned about Venezuelan aggression spreading, regional tensions increase slightly. Brazil watches carefully. Venezuelan instability threatens borders. Monitors situation, prepares contingencies. Caribbean stability questioned. American response measured strategically. 1 destroyer, professional conduct. Minimal escalation, maximum effectiveness. Message sent. We operate where international law permits. We defend navigation rights. We prefer peaceful resolution. But we're capable, overwhelming force if necessary. Measured response demonstrates confidence. Overwhelming power doesn't need demonstrating through violence. Capability known. Restraint shown. Strategic communication effective. Venezuelan domestic politics benefited. Maduro government claims victory. State media shows boats confronting American destroyer, driving imperialist warship away. Defending Bolivarian sovereignty. Popular support increases temporarily. Economic problems forgotten briefly. Confrontation achieved political objective domestically, even if military reality different. Propaganda victory sufficient for Maduro's purposes despite operational reality showing Venezuelan vulnerability. Technology gap explains restraint. Porter's Aegis system tracks all 34 boats simultaneously, can engage multiple targets instantly. Venezuelan boats have 1960s radar, manual targeting, one target at a time. Porter's SM-2 missiles cannot be intercepted by Venezuelan defenses. Venezuelan P-15 missiles easily intercepted by Aegis. Technology asymmetry creates confidence asymmetry. Americans know they'd win. Venezuelans know they'd lose. Knowledge creates restraint. Both sides act accordingly. Technology determines psychology determines outcome. Training quality showed throughout. American sailors professional, discipline maintained, rules of engagement followed precisely, no incidents. Venezuelan sailors adequate, some professionalism shown, but coordination poor, communications problematic, training gap visible, professional military versus adequate military. Quality difference apparent during crisis response. Americans executed perfectly. Venezuelans managed adequately. Good enough avoiding disaster, not good enough winning confrontation militarily. Economic sustainability determines long-term capability. American Navy costs $180 billion annually, easily affordable from massive economy, sustainable indefinitely. Venezuelan Navy costs $400 million annually, barely affordable from collapsed economy, unsustainable even currently. Economic asymmetry means America maintains operations indefinitely. Venezuela struggles maintaining decrepit fleet. Sustainability gap guarantees continued American dominance regardless Venezuelan efforts. Share this asymmetric naval warfare analysis with anyone studying power projection dynamics. International law ambiguity enabled confrontation. Venezuelan claims 200-mile exclusive economic zone. International law grants some rights, but freedom of navigation preserved. American operation legal under international law. Venezuelan challenge also legal under their interpretation. Both sides' legal arguments. Both sides' positions defensible. Ambiguity creates confrontation space. Clear law prevents conflicts. Ambiguous law enables them. International maritime law insufficiently clear preventing these situations. Media warfare accompanied naval standoff. Venezuelan media showed boats confronting American destroyer. David versus Goliath narrative. American media showed professional restraint, lawful operations, peaceful resolution. Narrative control attempts both sides. International audience mostly believed American version. Regional audience divided. Anti-American governments supported Venezuelan narrative. Pro-American governments supported American version. Information warfare paralleled naval standoff. Propaganda value exceeded tactical significance for Venezuela. Regional deterrence established. Every Caribbean and Latin American nation watched, saw American capability, saw Venezuelan boldness, saw peaceful resolution, recalculated positions. Countries considering challenging American presence witnessed demonstration. Deterrence value exceeds single confrontation. Regional behavior modification achieved through credible force demonstration combined with professional restraint, showing power and responsibility simultaneously. If you made it this far, you understand asymmetric naval confrontations. Like subscribe, hit that bell. Lessons learned both sides. Americans, regional actors willing challenging despite power asymmetry. Political calculations sometimes override military reality. Restraint works but requires credibility. Venezuelans. Americans can be challenged politically if not militarily. Restraint exploitable for propaganda. But military confrontation suicidal. Both sides learned, both sides adjusted. Future confrontations informed by this experience. Learning process continues. Porter continues patrol Caribbean. Mission unchanged. Freedom of navigation operations continue. Venezuelan challenge addressed. International law upheld. American presence maintained. Venezuelan boats return port. Claim victory. Prepare next confrontation potentially. Standoff ended. Relationship unchanged. Fundamental tensions unresolved. Just managed temporarily through professional military conduct, both sides preventing political rhetoric, causing military catastrophe. Everyone wanted avoiding, despite words suggesting otherwise. The confrontation demonstrates modern asymmetric naval warfare. Not about winning battles, about managing tensions, demonstrating capability, showing restraint, achieving political objectives, avoiding unnecessary escalation. Venezuelan achieved propaganda victory domestically. American achieved operational objective internationally. Both claim success. Neither completely wrong, neither completely right. Standoff managed. Crisis avoided. Professionalism prevailed. Politics contained. Caribbean remained peaceful. Good outcome considering alternatives. Modern naval confrontation between asymmetric powers resolved through combination capability, demonstration, professional restraint, diplomatic creativity, political flexibility. Everybody saving face, nobody losing completely. Nobody winning everything but peace. Maintain ships floating, sailors alive. Mission accomplished both sides. Different definitions. Success but mutual acceptance. Outcome sufficient, preventing escalation. Nobody wanted but rhetoric almost caused demonstrating modern warfare. Often about avoiding fighting successfully as fighting successfully when unavoidable. Communications discipline prevented escalation. Porter crew maintained radio discipline. No inflammatory language. Professional tone. Clear messages. De-escalatory communication. Venezuelan crews mostly professional. Some emotional language, but controlled generally. Communication discipline both sides prevented misunderstandings becoming incidents. Verbal restraint matched physical restraint. Professional militaries communicating professionally despite political tensions. Military professionalism transcending political animosity. Critical factor preventing crisis escalating beyond control. Rules of engagement clarity enabled restraint. American sailors knew exactly when permitted shooting, when must shoot, when cannot shoot, clear orders, professional discipline, no confusion. Venezuelan sailors, less clear rules. Officers gave conflicting orders. Confusion visible, but overall restraint maintained. ROE clarity, American advantage, enabled confident restraint knowing parameters. Venezuelan uncertainty created some confusion, but not disaster. Military discipline sufficient both sides preventing mistakes becoming catastrophes. Radar technology demonstrated gap. Porter's SPY-1D Aegis radar tracked all 34 boats simultaneously, identified each vessel, classified threats, computed solutions, perfect situational awareness. Venezuelan boats had basic navigation radars, could track Porter, couldn't track each other effectively, no integrated picture, fragmented awareness. Radar gap meant Americans operated perfect knowledge. Venezuelans operated partial knowledge. Information asymmetry created confidence, symmetry created behavioral asymmetry. Technology determined psychology, determined actions. Weapon range asymmetry created safety bubble. Porter's SM-2 missiles range 167 kilometers. Venezuelan P-15 missiles range 80 kilometers. Americans could shoot from 90 kilometers safely. Venezuelans must close 80 kilometers, risking American fire. Range advantage created tactical flexibility. Americans chose engagement range. Venezuelans accepted whatever range Americans selected. Range asymmetry gave Americans escalation control complete. Could always shoot first if necessary. Knowledge prevented Venezuelans escalating beyond words. Maintenance quality affected operational capability. Porter maintained perfect operational status. All systems functional, all weapons ready, crew rested, supplies adequate, fuel sufficient, Maintenance excellence enabled sustained operations indefinitely. Venezuelan boats marginally operational, some weapons questionable, crews exhausted from extended deployment, supplies limited, fuel concerns, maintenance problems limited operational effectiveness, could demonstrate presence, couldn't sustain operations long-term. Maintenance gap created sustainability gap, created strategic gap favoring America completely. Intelligence support provided advantage. Porter received real-time intelligence, satellite coverage, electronic intercepts, weather data, regional threat assessments, perfect knowledge. Venezuelan boats received minimal intelligence, no satellite access, limited intercepts, basic weather, incomplete threat picture. Intelligence asymmetry meant Americans anticipated everything. Venezuelans surprised repeatedly. Information advantage, tactical, decisive, enabling Americans maintaining initiative throughout confrontation. Command structure differences showed. Porter captain had clear authority, immediate decisions, no delays, rapid responses, decentralized execution. Venezuelan boats required checking with headquarters frequently, delays constant, responses slow, centralized control. Command structure difference meant Americans adapted rapidly. Venezuelans adapted slowly. Adaptation speed gap created tactical advantage. Americans exploited maintaining initiative, controlling escalation, managing crisis successfully. Political constraints affected actions. American captain constrained by international law. Rules of engagement, diplomatic considerations, political oversight, must avoid unnecessary escalation. Venezuelan captains constrained by domestic politics, must appear tough, cannot retreat obviously. Political pressures, must maintain aggressive posture. Different constraints created different behaviors. American constraint created professional restraint. Venezuelan constraint created aggressive posturing. Both sides navigating political constraints, successfully avoiding disaster. Regional observer impact mattered. Colombian Navy watched closely, learning American tactics, Venezuelan capabilities, crisis management, future operations informed. Brazilian Navy monitored from distance, assessing regional stability, contingency planning updated. Cuban observers noted restraint, adjusted calculations, every regional Navy watching, learning, adjusting. Observer impact multiplied confrontation's significance beyond immediate participants. Educational value regional navies studying how great power confronts regional power without unnecessary violence. Economic sanctions discussion began immediately. American Congress members proposed additional Venezuelan sanctions. Punish aggressive behavior. Venezuelan government prepared counter-rhetoric. Sanctions warfare accompanying naval standoff. Economic dimension paralleling military dimension. Modern confrontations multi-domain always. Naval, diplomatic, economic, information. Everything simultaneous. Victory defined differently each domain. Venezuelan lost militarily. Won propagandistically domestically. Americans won operationally. Lost some regional sympathy. Complex outcomes, complex confrontations, modern era. Historical precedents inform both sides. Cuban Missile Crisis, 1962. Superpower naval confrontation, peaceful resolution. Falklands, 1982. Asymmetric naval war, larger power won. Gulf incidents, Iran, U.S. Multiple confrontations, various outcomes. History taught both sides. Restraint valuable, escalation dangerous, professionalism essential, face-saving necessary. Both sides studied history, applied lessons, avoided repeating mistakes. History teacher, both sides heeded successfully. Future confrontation likelihood increased. Venezuelan government emboldened by propaganda victory. Will attempt again. American government committed freedom of navigation. Will continue operations. Future confrontations probable, but also manageable. Precedent established. Both sides know parameters, no boundaries, no methods. Future confrontations dangerous but navigable. Pattern established. Crisis management mechanisms proven. Confidence increased both sides can confront without catastrophe. Future Caribbean naval confrontations likely but controllable given demonstrated professional restraint. Both militaries, despite political rhetoric, suggesting otherwise proving military professionalism, transcending political tensions, enabling peaceful coexistence despite fundamental disagreements.